quick. In Mishnah Berurah in the Biur Halacha, Dibur Matchav V'lo Yit Bayesh. There is an important Ramah that brings down over here that a lot of times we do not do mitzvot or we do not learn Torah, whether man, woman, children, whatever it might be, is what we call because of peer pressure. Just like we understand there's such a thing by peer pressure by children, adults also have peer pressure. You're asked or you're invited to a place where you're not supposed to be. Why can't you say no? It's called peer pressure. Because you're going to answer no, you're going to look like a shortik, you're going to look like a fanatic, whatever it might be. But I want to read for you over here. The Ramah says over here, and I want to read for you the Biur Halacha, and I want to try to give you a little insight to this Biur Halacha, in my humble opinion. What might be going on? I'm not chas v'shalom pointing to nobody, Rabotai. I don't watch lectures, I just learn, I do not know. I just want, just like my Rabbi Moshe Wolkin, Shlita, teaches me to learn Gemara and Halakha, to see everything inside. People should also know that whenever they're learning anything, everything that they learn should be sourced. Because Rabotai, a lot of people have their own opinions, a lot of people have their own self-interest. We need to know what Hashem wants from us, and not what people. We're not going to have a million different cultures now like everybody else, Rabotai. We have one Torah, we have to follow it. Rabotai, the Ramah says like this: V'lo yitbayesh mipnei bnei adam hamelagim alav be'avodat Hashem yitbarach. A person should not be ashamed or embarrassed in front of the people that make fun of you when it comes to serving Hashem. They see you going to shul, they say, I'll tell you who wakes up that early. When I wake up early and then I see a person walking their dog, it's a little bit embarrassing to me. How do you wake up before me? I should be up before you when it comes to learning Torah. But Rabotai, you have other people that they stay up all night, sometimes partying, and we can't even learn up all night straight. Whatever the reason might be, Rabotai, when it comes to doing mitzvot, if somebody tells you anything, you don't have to pay no heed, you do what you have to do. Rabotai, I just want to read for the Biur Halacha. He says over here, V'lo yityebesh, I'm b'Mishnah Berurah, b'Shem HaBeit Yosef, look into Mishnah Berurah, b'Shem HaBeit Yosef. I don't want to get into it, I'm not going to have the time. He says you should know, Da HaBeit Yosef lo ayri ki ima b'mitzvah shu oseh la'atzmo, ובני אדם מלגים עליו, אז בוודאי אין לו לחוש כלל לאגם, ולא יתקטט עמהם. The Beit Yosef says in the Mishnah Berurah, he's bringing that over here, that when a person is doing a mitzvah between him and his fellow men, for example, you go to a wedding, correct, Emil John? Now you want to take out a book and you want to start learning Gemara or Chumash or Halakha, whatever it's going to be. But you see everybody else with black hats, they're dancing, correct? So what are people going to say? He just came out of, how do you say? A person just came out of an eggshell, how do you say that? Right? Everybody else is dancing, he's learning Torah. So you can be ashamed, you can close your book. Or you can just continue learning and not pay attention to them. So the Beit Yosef says, when it comes to people making fun of you, even the religious people, that doesn't mean not religious people. Even the religious people, when they make fun of you, because not everybody learns Halakha Rabotai, not everybody learns Gemara, what ends up happening is, you start becoming ashamed and you might not want to do it. The Beit Yosef says, do it. Don't argue with them. Don't fight with them. You do what you have to do. However, he says, Aval, Rabotai, I want to read this very carefully. Aval, however, Im hu omed b'makom sheyesh apikorsim hamitkumimim ala Torah. If you have people that deny the Torah, you have people that they get up and they speak against the Torah. They speak against the rabbis. Rabbi Fufu, Rabbi Dengi. They get up, Rabotai. You have an obligation to get up and defend them. You do not allow people to talk bad about the Torah or the rabbis. Just because you might have had a bad experience with one or two rabbis, first of all, what makes you say that they're a rabbi, Rabotai? Honestly, you have to make sure, just like you have to credential when you go to a doctor, you have certificates on his wall, correct? He finished university this. You want to see what he knows how to learn. Open up Shulchan Aruch with him. Open up a Gemara, Kvadarav, I want to learn with you. Let's see where he goes. Honestly, there's very big Talmidei Chacham in our community. Understand me correctly. But people need to know, Rabotai, what they're doing. So he says, if you have low-lane people that are heretics, they get up on the Torah, ורוצים לעשות איזה תקנות בענייני העיר ועל ידי זה יעברו את העם מרצון השם, and they want to establish certain decrees on the community to remove the Jewish people from serving Hashem, ופתח בשלום, listen to this carefully, Rabotai, you opened up in peace, ולא נשמעו דבריי, and they didn't pay attention to your words, בכגון זה לא דיבר הבית יוסף מאומה. In this situation, the Beit Yosef didn't tell you that you shouldn't do anything. When did I say you shouldn't argue or quarrel with people? That's when you're doing a mitzvah and people are making fun of you. But when it comes to the Torah, the Talmidei Chachamim, the Jewish people as a whole, they want to keep you away from doing Torah, you're not allowed to be quiet, Rabotai. Umitzvah, Rabotai, I'm right here, the Biur Halacha, not me, the Rav Chaim. Umitzvah lesonotam. There's a mitzvah to hate these kind of people. Ulitkotet imahem, to argue with them. Ulahafer atzatam bechol ma sheyuchal. And you want to try to break their plans with however is possible. V'David HaMelech alav Shalom, because David HaMelech Shalom said, Halo misanecha Hashem esna. Anybody who hates you, Hashem, I will hate. Ubitkumemecha etkotet. Anybody who rises against you, I will quarrel. Tachlit sinah senitim. The whole purpose why Hashem implanted hatred into this world is for what reason, Reuven? To hate people that go against Hashem. Now, Rabotai, I want to say something very clear. I don't want this lecture to be taken off the wrong way. Rabotai, you're not going to see right now, at least, I'm talking to you guys right now. You're not going to see people get up now and tell you, don't put on tefillin, right? Don't go to shul, don't learn Torah. You're not going to see this, Rabotai. But I do want to say something very scary. Today you do have, unfortunately, you have people that they don't want to speak the truth. They want to water down the Torah. They want to sugarcoat the Torah. They want to show you how the Torah is beautiful, which is very important, Rabotai. As you guys say, I will show you only what the Torah is beautiful, Rabotai. But every rabbi and every person that speaks out there has an obligation to also warn the Jewish people that there's such a thing as schar ve'onish, reward and punishment, Rabotai. People need to know what's going on. People need to wake up. Everybody's sleeping. But when something happens, they say, Yidgadav Yitkadash Rabba. Or Rabbi, why didn't you earlier? Why don't you tell us earlier that this needs to be done? Rabotai, in the end, we're going to come to hate these people. I want to show you something very important. Do you know that when a secular Jew listens to a rabbi speak, you with me, Reuven, listen to this carefully. If you listen to a rabbi speak, not you, Chashav, I'm saying if a person listens to a rabbi speak, and he's secular, he doesn't keep no Torah, and you speak about Moshe Rabbeinu, and how beautiful the Torah was, and how the Jewish people, 600,000 people, as a secular Jew, what do you think? You're a good religious Jew. So therefore, you're never going to want to change because you don't know what you're doing is right or wrong, because nobody mentions it. Like I told you last time, Rabotai, I know, give me 2 minutes, please. Like I told you last time, Rabotai, it is very, very sad. You have people that they go to shuls or to restaurants on Friday, they drive. What happens, Rabotai? I don't know, Rabotai, who, what, where. I'm saying, why don't we have, if this is continuing, you got to close these things down or maybe make it family events, Rabotai. I'll tell you why it's very bad. You tell me what's more important, to show honor to somebody else or to, Rabotai, shorten your own life by driving there and put your lives, your children's life, at risk. You tell me what's important, Rabotai. I'll tell you really quick. There's such a thing, I spoke about it before. Chayav karet and chayav mita. Driving on Shabbat, desecrating Shabbat, a person not only shortens his life, but he also puts his younger children at risk, which is very, very dangerous. So you tell me, is it important to show the person right now, Shabbat Chatan, Yeshua, to drive, to show them honor, but at the same time, you lowland, who knows how many years you just lost from your life? And who knows what's going to happen to the children? Or is it better to tell, знаешь, я без Hashem, я тебе как уважение покажу. I'll honor you by not coming. And if he respects you, he's going to respect your decision, Rabotai. He doesn't want to Hashem take you away from this world, because remember, when you do these averas, you're shortening your own life. So now a person, instead of living to 80 years old, he could live till 60 to 50. And then everybody, the whole Bukharian world is as shocked. Rabotai, that's why we need to educate the people what is right and what is wrong, and not to show the world that everything is okay, Rabotai, because everything is not okay. People will be surprised when Mashiach comes how much they did not know, Rabotai. B'ezrat Hashem, each and every one of us should start learning Gemara, start learning Halakha, Rabotai. Increase, Rabotai, they say over here in America, ignorance is bliss. In Yiddishkeit, in Judaism, ignorance will cost you. And it sometimes can cost you your life. Baruch Adonai Olam, Omen, Omen, Rabbi Chaim Igal, Ratzah HaKadosh Baruch Hu